Hello everyone, welcome back to NTV BlitZ. This is lesson 3 of the tutorial video. Before I start, let me remind you something. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to ring the bell so that you will get notification whenever I upload a video. And also please do comment below if you have any doubts. Okay, let's start. First thing I'm going to tell you is about polygons. So before in the tutorial we stopped with circles, so let's start with polygons. So the command for polygon is pol enter. All right, after pol enter, the polygon has the minimum of 3 sides. All right, polygon is a closed figure, so minimum is 3 sides and it goes up to how many sides you want. So in this case I'm just going to input 6 sides. Okay, 6, enter, and then I'm going to specify a center point for the polygon. Either you can specify on the screen or you can use the x coordinate and y coordinate as I mentioned in my earlier classes. So I'm just going to mention a center point, and after mentioning I have 2 different methods to draw a polygon. One is inscribed in circle, one is circumscribed about circle. There are difference between them. To understand the difference, I'll explain to you now. To understand the difference, first we need to draw circles. All right, let's draw a circle first. Okay, and one more. All right, so now let's draw polygon. Pol enter, 6. All right, then I need to mention a center point, so I'm just mentioning the center point of my first circle. And for inscribed in circle I have to use the command I. All right, I. For inscribed it is I enter. All right, after that I can just draw my polygon. I'm just using a point on my circle to draw the polygon. All right, here it is, you can see on the screen. Alright, this is one type of polygon. Let's see what's the difference between the other one. Alright, so pol enter, sides 6, enter, and then I need to mention the center point. After that, first we drew inscribed. Now I'm going to draw circumscribed about circle. So C, enter. For circumscribed it is C. Alright, so C, I'm going to select a point on the circle, so C. Okay, now you can see the difference between inscribed and circumscribed, right? Inscribed means inside a circle, circumscribed about circle is outside the circle. All right, so these are the 2 ways to draw a polygon. The next thing is rectangle. So for rectangle it is the command is REC, enter. All right, after that you just need to mention a point and then you can draw a rectangle. So you can select how much measurement you need and you can draw freely. Or another way to draw a rectangle is REC, enter. You mention the starting point. Either you can just mention it on the screen or you can use a x coordinate and a y coordinate method to mention it. Alright, so I'm mentioned a point. After that I have 3 methods to draw a rectangle. One is area method, one is dimension method, and one is rotation method. Alright, so first I'm going to check into area method. For area method I have to use A, enter. Alright, then after that I need to enter the area of the rectangle. So let's input 500 units. Okay, after that I need to draw a rectangle dimension based on a length or a width. So for length it should be L, enter, and for width it is W, enter. So let's start with L, enter. Okay, L, it can be 10. We just need to mention the length of the rectangle. So you know the area of the length is length into breadth, right? So length I'm just mentioning as 60. All right, so you can see the rectangle, the length is 60 and the width is 8.33, and if you multiply this you will get exactly the area which we entered, 500. Now let's see the next method to So REC enter, I'm going to mention starting point, and then A enter 500. Instead of length I'm using width, so W, for width it is W enter, and then I just need to mention the rectangle width, let's mention it as 30. All, so you can see 30. How it is, let's see the measurements. The length is 16.67, but the width will be 30 exactly, and if you multiply these two you'll get the area, 500 units. So this is one way to draw a rectangle. Another second way to draw a rectangle is dimension methods. So let's see how it is. REC enter, we mention starting point. After that, instead of A we are using for dimensions D enter, and after that we just need to mention the length and the width of the rectangle. So if we need 100, length is 100 and the width has 50, and you can just get the circle, and after that you can mention which coordinate you need the rectangle to be. You can, I think you know about the coordinates, I'll just mention it now. This is so if I keep my cross in the middle, you can see this is the first coordinate, this is the first coordinate, okay, this is the second coordinate, this is the third coordinate, this is the fourth coordinate. So you can see the coordinates, right? So I'm going to draw a rectangle once more. REC enter, D enter, sorry, REC enter, I have to mention a starting point first, and then D enter. After that I have to mention my length, so let's mention it's 50 and the breadth as 30. So the rectangle is ready. So this is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Okay, first, second, third, fourth. You can select which quadrant you need, you can place it. It's okay whichever quadrant you choose, later you can move it and keep it in exactly where you want. So it just, for easy application, I just mentioned it, which coordinates and things or not. Alright, so the third method for drawing a rectangle is rotation method. So let's see, REC enter. So first I need to mention a center point. Alright, after that we looked into area, that is A enter. Next it is dimension area, D enter. Next is rotation method, that is R enter. Rotation methods, you can draw a rectangle to a angled, so you just need to mention a rotation angle for the rectangle. Now it is 0, you can mention any angle you need, so let's mention 45 degrees. Okay, after that you can use either the area method or the dimension method. Let's take dimension method. So after rotation you have a choice to freely draw your rectangle, or you can choose area method or dimension method. So in this case I'm just going to use dimension method. D enter. The length should be 90, width let's put 40. So my rectangle is ready, so I need to select which quadrant. This is the first, this is the first, second, third and fourth. Alright, so which coordinate I need, I just need to place it over there. Alright, so you can see the rectangle, it's 45 degrees inclined from 0, and the length is, sorry, length is 90 and the width is 40. So this is the how to draw a rectangle. Next thing we need to check is how to draw arc. So there's different point way methods to draw an arc. You can see it over here, and the command for arc is A enter. Alright, A enter. When we enter that A enter, the only method we can draw is whichever method we have selected over here. For the other methods we have to select it from the drop down menu from ribbons. Alright, let's see the different methods. For that, to understand, I'm just drawing two lines first. One line, right, and another line. Okay, so let's check with the first method. So A, enter. That is 3-point method. So first point, second point, and third point. That is one way to draw an arc. All right. So the second method, start, center, end. That is the same as 3-point. That is start. We need to mention a center point and then the end point. All right. For this to understand, you can draw it on a line. So start, the center, and the end. See. All right, so the next method is start, center, angle. So start, center, and then angle, how much angle we need. All right, so 90, or how much we need. See, it is, if it is 0 degrees, it's like that, and as I go up, so you can see the arc changes, right? So it is, if I need 140 degrees, I just need to mention, either I can mention 140 degrees in my keyboard, or yeah, I can show you 140 degrees. So it will be exactly at 140 degrees the arc will be drawn. So like that, that is start, center, angle method. Next is start, center, length. So I just need to mention the start and then center and then how much length I need the arc should be. All right, if I need this much length, or how much length I need. If I need a length of, let's just say 80 units, I can mention that, and the length will be 80 units from the start. The next method is start, end, angle. So start, end, and then angle I need. All right, how much angle I need, I can draw it accordingly. You can see 50. If I need 45 degrees, 45, this is the 45 degrees and arc. Next method is start, end, direction. So start, end, and then I can mention the direction I need the arc to be. You can see, if I need arc to be on this side, I can select the direction. If I need down, I can select the direction, also the angle I can select it. All right, so the next method is start, end, radius. So start, end, and then I can mention the radius of the arc. See how much radius I need. All right, so you know exactly half is the radius, so in between that I can just mention how much radius I need. As a number increases, the arc becomes smaller and smaller. All right, this is one way to draw an arc. The next is start, center, end. Sorry, center, start, end. So center, start, and then end. All right, that is one way to draw an arc. Another way is center, start, angle. So center, start, and then which angle I need. So I need an angle of 130 degrees. I can mention it over here, or I can just draw freely 130 degrees. So this is a 130 degrees arc. Next thing is start, center, start, length. So center, start, and then length of the arc. So if I need a length of, let's say 120, this is the arc of length 120. That is one way to do. Another way is to draw an arc is the continue method. That is the last point where you stop your drawing, you can continue an arc. Let's see, continue. So this is the last point I kept on the screen. Let's, instead of that, I can just show you. I'll draw one more line, and so this is my last point over here. All right, so let's arc continue. So from there I can draw an arc. See into which direction I need, to how much angle I need. All right, so I drew an angle over here, and again I can select and I can draw another arc, and another arc, another arc, and another arc, another arc. So you can draw a model something like that if you need. You might have seen a lot of models where such curves are did, so you can use this continue arc method to draw such models. All right, so that's it for arc. In arc you can see, then as the name suggests, it's the way how to draw an arc. So that's it for arc methods. So next let's see for ellipse. All right, for ellipse it is EL enter, and then after that I need to mention a starting point and just the direction, and after that there is three way to draw an ellipse. The first method is the normal method, like you can just mention the length, the diameter, and then next you need to mention the radius. All right, either you can draw it freely or just you can mention it on the keyboard. So first starting point, then the direction, and then I need a diameter of, let's say, 80, okay, and then radius of 40. So this is exactly a circle, because radius is 80, its radius is 40, and the radius I've selected as 42. Let's draw another ellipse. EL enter, start, and then I'm giving 120 as my diameter, and then radius I'm giving as 20. See, this is one way to draw an ellipse. Let's see another way to draw. Two more methods. So EL enter. So after that there are two ways. One is arc method and one is sender method. So let's check what is sender method. For that you need to type C. The command is C enter. After that you need to specify a point. Okay, for specifying, every time it is, you can select on the screen or you can do an XY coordinate method. Okay, so I'm just mentioning a point, the direction. All right, after that I need to mention the radius, radius 1 and the radius 2. In the first method it was first diameter you have to mention and then radius. For the sender method you have to mention both the radius. All right, that's the difference. So first radius I'm mentioning as 60, and the second radius I'm mentioning as 9. So you can see the ellipse drawn over here. All right, the next method is EL enter. Next method is arc method. So for that it is A enter. So A enter, and then after that if I can draw using the first method or I can use the sender method area. So I'm using the first method. So let's mention a point, the direction, and then after that how much diameter I need. So let's put 150. Okay, and the radius I need is 40. Okay, and after that you can mention a start angle. All right, you can mention it or you can just give angle. All right, so I'm mentioning the start angle as 30 degrees. All right, after 30 degrees how much you need the ellipse to be drawn. You can see as I move my cross, the ellipse is drawn along with it. So I need an ellipse of up to, let's say, 250. So 250. All right, so this is an ellipse arc, and later if you need to edit it you can just click on this arrow and drag them. All right, you can drag them, or you can, if you want to reduce it, you can reduce it too. So this is the two ways to draw, three ways to draw an ellipse. So this is it for lesson 3. See you in my next lesson. It will be updated soon, so you know what to do next. Subscribe to my channel, don't forget to ring the bell. You know why it is. Whenever I upload a video you'll get notification if you ring the bell. Like my video, comment, and please do share it. And if you have any doubts, please do comment below. I'll be clearing all your doubts if you have any. don't have to worry about it. So see you in my next lesson. Bye.